with the first pick in the 2005 NBA draft, with the second pick in the 2005 NBA draft, with the third pick in the 2005 NBA draft.
Olu Famutimi. Does that name ring a bell? For hardcore Canadian basketball fans of the early 2000s to May, but for most, it's probably the first you're hearing of him. Olu Famutimi may be the greatest Canadian basketball player you've never heard of.
When I was around 13, 14, everybody always used to talk about my athleticism, after games and, phone calls that I was getting and the stories that everybody was, passing around about me. I just knew that it was something that I need to pursue. I was at Chaminade College. And, I was doing well for myself. I was averaging like 28 points and 12 rebounds as a freshman. And I don't know, I felt like, as far as me taking basketball serious and taking it to the next level, I wanted to compete against, schools or guys in the United States.
I remember I was super excited, man, going to Flint to play because I heard of this guy, Olu Famutimi. They were telling about a kid from Canada coming to Flint, one of the best players in the country, super athletic. Like he was above and beyond, his time, his age group. His physique, everything. Like he was already an NBA guy, you could tell.
A bouncy 6'5" guard, Olu became the first Canadian invited to the McDonald's All-American game. He ranked as high as 7th amongst ESPN's best high school players in the U.S. in 2003.
He was the guy that you looked at the rankings, he was up there with LeBron James. When you went to the gym, when Flint Northwestern played, the gym was packed because of Olu Famutimi.
As far as my athleticism, I was always into track. In elementary school, I was pretty much like a track star. I was high jumping everything. I was breaking records. When I started watching Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls play, I just fell in love with the game of basketball. It was exciting. It was exciting to watch him play, and just off of watching Michael Jordan play, I fell in love with the game, and it just grew on me. James Stoudemire, then of course Vince Carter really propelled my game. Just by watching him. He was kind of like he was like another Michael Jordan to me.
Olu was well on his way to NBA stardom until a devastating injury changed the course of his career.
A lot of people, friends, families, articles, they're projecting that I would be going to the NBA straight out of high school. Obviously, in the middle of the game, I blew my knee out.
An ACL injury during the fall semester of his senior year dramatically altered Olu's path. Unable to showcase his talents at the All-American game, Olu instead turned his sights towards recovering in time for his freshman year at Arkansas.
With the ACL injury, that big piece of that puzzle of who he was as a great athlete didn't quite exist as a freshman because he was still in recovery. And so he basically tried to play his freshman year, within a 6 to 9 month window, which really wasn't fair. He probably shouldn't have played that year at all, to be honest with you. And it's a testament to him that, I'm sure he played through discomfort. He probably played in pain. He probably played knowing that, man, I'm not really who I am right now.
He could recover physically from it, but it's more mentally, right? It's mental, just believing in that knee again. Maybe it frustrated him that he wasn't getting back to where he was right away.
Physically, I wasn't able to do the things. I was still able to do the things I was, that I did athletically in high school. But, there would be times where, I have aches and pains in my knee.
Oh, it just tells you like he's a worker, man. He's, for him to be able to know he's playing in discomfort, pain, probably not 100%, and yet giving everything he had. I mean, it tells you the courage he has, the strength he has inside to persevere through adversity, and just how hungry and how passionate he was to try to achieve a goal that he obviously has for himself.
Following 2 years at Arkansas, Olu declared for the 2005 NBA draft, though he went undrafted. Nevertheless, the support of his loved ones helped Olu power through and continue pursuing his ultimate goal of reaching the NBA.
Luckily, I had my parents and my friends that, that were always by my side. They always made me feel that I was going to be okay. Just off the strength of their love and the support, I was able to, continue to play and love the game like I did before my injury. My mom and my dad, hard workers, and they've always taught me to, to work hard for whatever you want, to never give up. If you have a passion for something, go ahead and, go all out, put your heart into it, and it'll eventually pay off. And just the example that they gave me when I was a child, it helped me to push through my injuries, the ups and downs of maybe not making an NBA team.
Olu eventually parlayed that work ethic into an opportunity to play NBA preseason games with the Philadelphia 76ers. After later playing a few seasons in the NBA D-League, Olu decided to take on a new challenge and take his talents across the globe.
The first time I went overseas, I felt like it was, I don't want to say a disappointment, but it was just different because I never thought of playing overseas. But playing overseas, I was able to, learn different things and meet different people, cultures, and everything like that.
Olu's time overseas helped him gain a new perspective on life, as he learned from people across the globe and reinvigorated his love for the game.
Family means a lot. They're another reason why I'm still playing this game. They're like the biggest fans of mine, and they support me with whatever I do, and they'll always have my back.
Olu's a great husband and even better father. I'm a little bit jealous. I really do think he's a great father and just a family man in general. I feel like he's always made choices, and honestly, it kind of made me a little bit sad because I feel like there are other things that he probably would have done if it wasn't for us. Just choosing to have family, even when it looks crazy. Olu was pretty much, it's either all of us or none. And that was really something that made me feel like, okay, he's really got us in the forefront of his mind. I never met someone who had such a complex set of goals. His mindset and his work ethic, even today, is unmatched. And it's not just publicly. In his day-to-day, when Olu decides that he's going to do something, he is 100% following through with it.
Now in the twilight of his career, it's hard not to play the what-if game with Famutimi. With everything he's gone through, however, Olu recognizes that he's left behind a legacy to be proud of.
I am truly satisfied with how my career has gone. I feel that, I think when you inspire people that are, young or old, I think that's like the biggest enjoyment for me, is to give back that inspiration to people that, that look up to me. Before the ACL injury, I was just known as the high flyer, a dunk machine, and I felt like my game was a little more than that. I was able to shoot the ball, I was able to handle the ball, and I just think my athleticism overshadowed everything else. I feel after the ACL injury, I felt that my game was more appreciated.